Hi guys and welcome to Transzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the Volvo C40, the coupe version of the XC40. As you can see, this car is a dramatic change in the way it looks, but surprisingly on the inside in terms of powertrain, it is the same. So I'm going to keep this review brief. Of course, you want to go in complete details, you can check out the XC40. But why do you want to do that? I'll tell you here, what this vehicle is all about. I will go through almost everything possible on this, and this will actually give me a good idea of how this vehicle and this powertrain and this platform is behaving, because it's based on the same platform. As you can see, this color is exclusive to the C40 here, which looks quite nice. The LED DRLs, Thor hammer inspired, look good. The blue color looks good. The alloy wheels are new on this. It looks really nice. Again, this blue color with the brand new side profile looks really nice. Coming at the back, you can see it is something that grabs a lot of attention. Looks very sporty indeed, the way it's done. You get this crease here, you get the badging. The lights are also really well done on this. Since we are at the back, let's have a look at the boot. It is covered by a spare wheel right now. It is, of course, if you remove this and use these things here, it actually makes things more practical. You still have some slight amount of space below there for storage, and that is how the lights look like when they've turned on. Coming at the back, this is how the space is at the back. And let's get inside and see that you just get manual vents here, but very good knee room, very good leg room. Headroom also is in generous, surprisingly, and it's just about okay. I don't think 6-footers will have a big issue. They might have a small issue or small clearance with the headroom here. And you've got this net here, really nice. Padding for the door pads makes it look really nice, really impressive. And this sunroof is an entire one pane. It doesn't even get a sunshade. It adjusts automatically to the sun and make sure that it doesn't get heated easily. We'll have to check and see how that behaves in the summers. Right now it's been proving out quite well, despite the fact that it is Bombay. It reaches 35 degrees. We've been riding in that, and we didn't face any problems whatsoever. So getting in and out is also quite easy at the back. At the front, you will see you get powered seats. There is no memory there is memory function, but there's no ventilation, surprisingly, even on this. Sitting at the front, this is what the instrument cluster is like. It is exactly the same as the XC40. There's hardly any change, and it is very bare basic, and all the features are controlled from here and here. So as you can see, that is the trip. The same very old infotainment screen is on offer here. It is now Google based, at least in the last 2 years. That's the only change that it has had. And the sound system is by Harman Kardon, as you can see. And the steering wheel also remains the same. The AC vents are still lovely. The way they operate with click and in the way they function is quite good. And you've got a decently large glove box with illumination, not chilling though, and very nice door handles. And the interior, which is good on quality. It's almost soft touch material on the side. Basically, this is all and on the front here, but on the top here, the plastic quality is actually quite good, but of course could have been better, could have been wrapped in leather as well. You get these seat extensions here, which is always a great addition. Height adjustable seat belts are on offer here. And yeah, that is it. That's what the interior is all about. Surprisingly, it's about to rain here. That is why it's gone dark at 5 o'clock. And that is what the interior is all about. That is the wireless charger, and that is some space. So is here and here. So that is it. These are the lovely supportive seats, as always, really good. Even for my big size, they are really comfortable. And yeah, that is it. A very nice cabin. How is it like to drive, and what does it feel on the inside while driving? Let's find out. Okay guys, so we are now starting to drive the Volvo C40 all electric, and after putting almost 350 kilometers on it, what do I think about it? Well, to begin with, this is very familiar to the XC40 when it comes to driving, which I told you. In terms of interior as well, it is only the exterior design that has changed dramatically and for the good, which I explained. And so the impressions after driving this one and the XC40 remain pretty much the same, and that means that this is the most fun Volvo I have driven in a very long time. I remember driving the S60 Polestar on the track, and I was smiling, ear to ear with that. And it is after that that this car has impressed me so much, and that was a true blue in blue color as well. S60 Polestar with a fantastic engine, sings all the way and till the red line, and this sort of makes me realize that this is also a really fun to drive car. Um, with the twin motor and a very healthy power and torque output, which remains the same, it is actually a very good car to drive because suspension is well taken care of. Only at top speed you will notice a bit of vertical movement. I think that's down to the road camber, but not really the suspension. But SUV formats for EVs is actually proving out to be quite good, at least for these platforms where they are converted into ICE. But bear in mind, Volvo electric, cars that we're driving, the XC40, the C40, they were made with the, as thought that this will be electric one day. Even after all these, all these years ago, Volvo had thought about this day and they had prepared accordingly on, they will make a full electric version of this car, and that's the reason why it feels sorted. It feels quite nice. None of us have actually experienced the EM30, which is probably the replacement for, at least for the XC40, that will come sooner or later. There is the EX90, the EM90, which are all new, all electric, platform based cars, which will surprisingly be different if I am correct. This, for a nice platform which was already BEV ready, this is quite sorted. The steering, of course, feedback is not that great. It is also, the steering is precise, but the feedback, of course, could have been better. It is almost negligible on this one, sadly. And the brakes, of course, are good. What is really impressive is the, one pedal drive uh, mode that Volvo has. It is a mode where it completely comes to a halt if you leave the throttle. So it will actually stop the car. So there is a minor difference between how everybody gets this right, is that they don't really brake. They allow the car to creep, till you manually depress the brake. But with this one, with the Volvos, it comes to a complete halt, and it happens gradually. It's not happening suddenly. But let's say I am on a decline right now on the bridge, and it really just breaks. So there is a sense of regen and there is a sense of break. This provides you with a sense of break, and which is not a problem per se. It's just that how different companies look at it, and Volvo is looking at it this way. So this is something that is the best part when it comes to driving EVs nowadays, because it is just one pedal. No, of course, it's an automatic. Then you don't need to even brake. You just need to leave the accelerator and go on the accelerator, and you will be done. So this is really, really convenient in traffic situations where our traffic can get very dense and very crazy, and for a longer period of time. This actually makes a lot of sense. One of the reasons why the Volvo 40 platform for EV cars is doing really well, because nobody's providing this sort of experience till date, and Volvo's experience is actually quite good, slightly unique, which makes it a very good car to live with on a daily basis. The range, of course, I have to talk about the range. The range is, of course, on the lower side. Let's say what we've gotten from one charge to the other is around 330, 340 kilometers. We experienced that with the XC40 recharge and with the C40 recharge as well. And the range also doesn't drop that quickly. So there is, of course, it drops in 10 kilometers. And but even if I'm riding it enthusiastically, the one pedal drive takes care of everything. And regen is quite high, and it's just that the range doesn't fall off very quickly like some other EVs. So this is actually quite a good thing to have, quite satisfactory, almost eliminates uh, range anxiety, the new term that we use with EVs. And yeah, suspension, of course, is on the stiffer side. With me, I have to judge ride quality with a different mindset, because with my body weight, ride quality usually seems fine. But my normal sized colleague said the ride is on the stiffer side. So yes, that is an issue with the XC40 and the C40, because the wheels are also quite big. The suspension is still compliant enough to make our roads bearable, and it's just that the way it drives overall impresses the average consumer as well. Says a lot that it it actually makes a lot of sense. It is not harsh. I've gone through the worst of roads with my colleague riding and not riding, and I was driving, and we said yes, it is bearable, and that is what it is. It's very easy to drive. Uh, the size actually makes a lot of sense for Volvo and prospective customers looking forward to it. The enthusiast, of course, will still have to wait from something to come from Volvo in the EV space to make a bit more sense. And right now, enjoy the practicality. I just went through four humongous speed breakers, and everything, it went through all of that quite well. They are actually quite big, and Volvo, doesn't really have like a ladder on frame chassis type SUV with a lot of clearance. It has above average clearance, and it is still clearing that, so it's a good thing. And yeah, very easy to drive, more than enough ground clearance. Uh, Steering, of course, is a bit of disappointment for the enthusiast, but performance is fantastic. Regen is fantastic. Uh, I don't think there's much to say about the Volvo. The ride quality, like I said, is going to be slightly subjective for a lot of people. But right now, it impresses me quite a lot. And now I am heading to charge this vehicle for another day before I give it back to Volvo. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media for photos and videos of this car. I'll be posting on Instagram as well. Thank you and goodbye.